Oh, you could lose all. To be honest, this is like such a risk for you.
Yeah, you don't really need all of the suits anyway.
This is a big risk for me, but like circling back to the D&D sort of scenario, online D&D is huge just now, so if you know anyone who likes watching D&D online, please show them what we put together, maybe they'll like it.
Yeah.
Why do you need all 4 suits? This is fucking bullshit.
This is brilliant.
This game is just sucking you off. I'm not okay with it. Right, okay, come on.
I greased the right palms, Doctor.
Yeah. Your pronunciation of greased.
I was just talking about the soft Z in greased, which I really dislike.
If I leave it, it's too dry. If I wash it, it's too greasy.
You people
What's
horrify me.
Ape of Death in Mighty Boosh.
Oh yeah, that was it.
Yes, I love how we're all jumping on this bandwagon.
Oh, we
That was
will.
my bandwagon. Get off it.
That's my bandwagon.
He's only got 740 quid in there. That's not 740 quid of max capital compared to 2,600 plus 4,800 plus 2,000 plus 3,000. Yeah.
I mean, just the max capital in that district alone is probably enough to.
I mean, I don't really know what my end game is here. I haven't really got any way to like drag myself up by my bootstraps. I think I basically I am the slum that's keeping the world turning here.
As with all capitalism, there must be an underclass.
For everyone on top of the wheel, there's someone underneath it being crushed.
Yeah, just to return to my book on geopolitics, like I was learning, I mean, I kind of already knew this, but the book solidified the knowledge for me that like basically all of the world's problems are caused by French and British imperialist diplomats drawing lines on a map that do not correspond to actual borders of nation states.
So how about that issue in Palestine?
Yeah, that's
Very literally, yeah.
Well, this is the thing. Like, the world fixates on the Israel-Palestine situation, and perhaps they are right to. But nevertheless, like that's happening around the world 100 times over. But just because of
basically the entire Middle East has been carved up that way.
Oh, definitely.
Like, there's no meaningful definition of like modern Syria or anything like that. There wasn't just basically dudes in 1946 drawing lines on a map.
Yep, exactly. And it's horrifying that that's because some white dudes who did not understand the culture or the region that they were drawing lines on decided to do this. We now have the political situation in the Middle East, which costs millions of lives every year. It's horrifying.
Yeah. What's the book, by the way? No, not like advertising, like legitimately.
Oh, I'll plug it because it's an excellent book. It's called Prisoners of Geography.
Oh, that's been recommended to me on Audible a lot.
Yeah, it's very good. I would recommend. It's by a British, I think he's a foreign correspondent, a British foreign correspondent. He wrote for a bunch of British papers, and then he puts this very concise, very accessible book about geopolitics together. I very much recommend it to all the viewership. Yeah. Tim Marshall, so not Tim Brooks. My apologies.
I have literally just bought it. I had an Audible credit sitting around, so.
Welcome to the modern internet.
Interestingly, on Audible, is he the narrator? Does
No,
he read?
no.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
It's not uncommon, especially in non-fiction, for authors to not narrate their books in non-fiction. I had this debate the other day because someone I know, a professor, she's basically just had a book out and has been approached for the audiobook for it, and then basically said, "Do you want us to do it, or do you want to do it yourself?" And she's like, "I don't know, which of these is good?" Do people have any thoughts on? Well, I mean, I'm a big fan of audiobooks, but people, especially the more audiobook-minded, do you have thoughts on should the author do it or not?
Well, I can't read half the time, so that would rule me out.
In fairness, this is the best time to land on there because at least it's 140 quid cheaper than it would be, but then you still have got to navigate Alligator Row.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a lot of cash.
What?
I like that.
So the
Fuck me.
100 just means it's always 100. Ooh.
Yes, flat rate. So you can basically buy 99 stocks wherever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
We've got the boy in a pretty good gimp lock there. Everyone has more stocks than him in that district.
Yes.
So the smart move is probably to slap yours into your own district.
Hang on, I'm going to do both though.
You can't do both. You can only buy one set of stocks. So you can either invest in your district or the boys. You can only do one transaction. The game's prepared for people like you.
It knows.
That's interesting. That's okay though.
But I'm having my dad do an audiobook soon.
Oh, your
He
dad
wrote a
would
book
be so great.
He wrote a book a couple of years ago about Egypt, and I was like, dude, I'll just help you record it. Obviously, then COVID happened, but yeah.
Does that affect recording an
I'm
audiobook?
producing that.
Wow.
Now, here we go. Do I break his monopoly?
So 1200 is not 1200 is not super expensive.
Cash.
Obviously, about half of that will go to him. You'll give him 600 quid, but you are well ahead of him. You could do that as a monopoly breaking move.
And I could afford to do it from ready cash.
Ooh.
Obviously, you'd lose about 1,000.
Power play.
You'd lose about 1,000 to your worth for buying a shop that is not worth that much. So you drop down to about 7,000.
Now, I am firmly of the belief that, like, if this continues, even with the current situation, but like to restore his monopoly, he would have to buy me back out, which he very probably would do.
If you put even a bit of money into that would also make.
I think this makes the game more interesting. Furthermore, I am convinced that, like, left unchecked, the boy will. Uncle Pennybags will dominate the game in, like, maybe
Not
7,
only is it
8,
a tactically
9
sound
turns.
move, it's good for the content. I knew I hired you for a reason, bud.
Yeah. So I think if we don't curb him, he's going to win the game regardless. And I also think this is better for content, and I can afford it from ready cash, so I'm going to do it.
You have my respect.
I assume it was the boy because I think I'm the admin of this call, but he's renamed himself Poor Uncle Pennybags. Oh, and this is going to hit him hard.
Sad.
This is spicy. I enjoy this.
This is real spicy.
You've yeeted him all the way to the workhouse. Excellent.
This White Russian tastes of milk and Kahlua and vodka, but most of all, it tastes of the sweet, sweet taste of profit.
You mean it tastes of the blood of the working people?
Work harder, poros! Watcha, watcha!
Jesus Christ. Yeah, so that's pulled you technically into second behind the dragon, but first
then,
in moral points.
Yeah, exactly. Taking one for two.
Is any of this worth it? It's still not, is it? No.
Also,
I'm still in
boy,
the bin.
boy, I'm so sorry because I feel that my entirety of my contributions to this game are to stop you, and I'm so sorry.
That's literally how this game works. So this game is basically everyone band together to shit on whoever feels like they've got the best shot at winning, and then something else happens, and so we all shit on someone else.
It's great.
It's very like Catan in that regard.
Yeah, definitely.
Again, viewership, it's been discussed several times, but let us know in the comments. We've discussed playing perhaps some version of online Yu-Gi-Oh! We've discussed playing maybe the free version of Catan online. Let us know if you'd like to see either of these things in the comments. Tell us, what do you want to see?
Yeah, I mean, we've got options.
Something different. Introduce us to things we don't know about.
Yeah. Or, if you want to watch me and the boy play Halo 2, good, because that's already happening tomorrow. So by the time you have any thoughts on that, it's too late. We've recorded it.
Which way?
And I'm sure the 3 people who watched our Halo 1 series are going to fucking love it. Other than that, who knows?
Wait, do I have a choice here?
We love you guys.
I don't know.
I'm watching the Halo 1 series.
No.
And yet, people are, like, our Halo 3 series, the one we did back in the day, Project Valkyrie, is one of our most successful series of all time.
Oh, yeah.
I should clarify, Bard, my is not that you're watching it. I'm glad that you're watching it. I'm merely sad that of the 3 people who have watched it, at least one of them is from the 4 of us
internal,
who are here. Yeah, the Valkyrie was pretty successful back in the day.
Yeah, the first episode of our original Halo 3 series has 9,500 views as of the moment.
Oh, wow, nice.
Project Valkyrie.
Oh,
Reach is even better than that, I think, which you'll be pleased with, Bard, that Halo Reach is one of our best series.
I really like Halo Reach, as discussed.
Genuinely, if you I don't say this lightly. Okay, I do say this lightly because I love us. But if you like Halo Reach, watch our Halo Reach series. It's one of the best things we've ever done.
Yeah.
I will give it a go.
Even if it has one of the forbidden gentlemen starring heavily in it, it's still.
What of the forbidden gentlemen?
Yeah, the one who. We'll cut that, future doctor. But yes. Though that story is also known to the gentleman now, because I told it when I was really drunk on an episode of Majora's Mask. But yeah, the first episode of our Halo Reach series has 12,000 views.
Wow.
That's incredible.
That series carries. So right, when I talk about, sorry, I should actually probably take my turn.
Yeah, roll.
When I talk about a series carrying, it's basically what is the minimum number of views throughout the whole series. So it's basically like how many people can we assume have basically watched the entire series. That series carries 2,500, which is pretty good.
That's incredible.
Nice.
So that's people who've watched the entire series, and I don't want to say anything more because the Bard may watch this, but. That was nearly 6 years ago, and the boy is still mad about the final episode of that series. So,
yeah.
Because we do the thing, when you have like, is this me? Oh, this is me. Yeah. you know, we have like campaign scoring on, so everyone gets points for every like person they kill, and you get extra points for like medals and stuff like that. We had scoring on. We keep track of score throughout the entire series, and then we also have a system whereby at the end of every level, you can give extra points to people who you like, and take points away from people who you think have been a dick to you. And it's fascinating, and it's incredibly close, and it's a wonderful experience.
Yeah, very much like this game, to be honest. Yeah.
I would say that's like, and like, I think people don't necessarily realize that series is probably, up until now with the D&D series, quite frankly, it's some of the highest production values we've ever had as well. That it was a complex thing to film with like getting a couple of cameras in and stuff like that, and then also that whole series was edited basically in 2 evenings. That me and the other gentleman of whom we don't speak sat down with an entire bottle of Talisker and the raw footage for that series and produced that series in 2 days' time, and it was great because you know how you've got like the flying camera in Halo Reach for like the theater mode, so we went back and like reshot a load of it from like flying camera, and it's an impressively done piece, if I do say so myself. I'm very proud of it, and so the more people who watch it, the better. I'm glad it's one of our best series for that reason.
Please do link it to me, and then I have 2 further points. The first of which is the gentlemen who've been on the channel, and I don't include myself in this because my position is not yet solidified, but nevertheless, out of the 3 of you, which of you do you think is objectively the best at playing games?
Oh, the boy when it comes to shooters.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would say overall, almost certainly if you slice it statistically on the channel, I would say almost certainly the boy.
I think that's more that I'm competitive rather than.
But I think you've also just won the most stuff.
Yeah. I mean, you got like the 2 of you are kind of unique, right? In that you have tested this quite frequently, like in direct head-to-head stuff.
Yes, we have, and we're really evenly matched.
Yeah.
Now, here's a thing I would perhaps propose. Maybe again, viewership. If you like the sound of this idea, let us know in the comments because we do like your feedback and we do like your input and we love engaging with you. But nevertheless, for the rest of the gentlemen on the stream, would some kind of infamous gentleman's Olympiad be a thing that could be be valued or useful or worthwhile?
Yeah, I mean, we kind of did that when we did we did what we called, I don't think it was ever called this on recording, but we did the Champions League of Halo, where me and the boy just played through just Halo 3 on Legendary incredibly competitively, and it was absurdly close, because we're the same level of skill again.
Yeah.
It would be good to do that among like multiple games and actually have like a really like competitive thing. Could be a lot of fun.
Exactly, so you would do one game competitively, like 1v1v1 on Halo, and then you would do like a game of Fortune Street, and then a game of something. I leave that up
Fall
to
Guys. Fall Guys fucking sucks.
I've never played Fall Guys.
I mean, the boy mostly sucks at it because his internet's from 2003. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, true. You get through on average like.
The boy is how I know
2
that
rounds.
Popular department store John Lewis also sell internet. I was not aware of this.
No, hang on.
I was going to say,
can we resume?
I think there is a decision to be made here.
Has its value's gone up by 2? I know. Maybe it was always that.
Will he buy me back out and putting himself further behind, but then restoring his monopoly and catapulting me back?
Of course I will. Of course I will.
Oh, I knew he would. Do it. I was banking on this.
The hilarious thing of speaking of I was banking on this is that the real profiteer here is the bank, who has made 3/5 of both of these transactions.
Isn't that a searing indictment of capitalism itself? Don't buy your houses, kids. Just live in the wilderness.
Exactly. Yeah. This is why we rent. But going back to
I'm so excited. The UK is bringing in new laws to make it way easier to rent with pets.
Yes, I know.
Someone now has cats, and literally 90% of all rentals have a blanket no pets policy just in case. Basically, the law is now going to be that essentially a landlord has to prove that the pets are being a problem.
Oh, okay.
To either charge you extra or keep your deposit or anything like that, but it's like they can't stop you from having them, but they can obviously and understandably give you shit if the pets are a problem for the property.
Yeah.
But the default assumption that pets are bad is going, which is good. It's actually one of the main reasons we moved into this place, because we basically we casually mentioned to the landlord while we were having the viewing, we were like, oh yeah, we might be getting a pair of cats. And they're like, okay, cool, that sounds all right. And then we got the contract and the contract said, also including several cats, this is okay in the contract. We're like, well, now it's in the contract, we got to get them.
Yeah, we've contracted.
The landlord has basically requested we get cats, so now we have to.
Be rude not to, really.
Amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I can see why landlords don't like pets, which is based on the fact
It's just
that
they're an unknown, they're a gamble, and landlords
Yeah.
don't like
And they
gambles.
can
But
be
also,
pretty destructive.
but also, fuck landlords, quite frankly.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
yeah,
there is
yeah.
that. But no, last year I purchased 2 sofas, well, a sofa and 2 armchairs from a charity store, which was my first mistake, for the low price of £75.
That is pretty good for a sofa and 2 armchairs, actually.
It is, yeah, well, exactly. But it turns out the reason they were £75 is because there was more pet hair than there was sofa sort of contained
Yeah.
within the...
I mean, don't get me wrong, I am reasonably expecting we'll probably have to recarpet the stairs before we move out of this place, the amount of time they've spent pulling that carpet up. But also, like, this is an unfurnished place, so all of the furniture here is ours.
That also helps, yeah.
So that we're not at least paying that.
Something I've noticed in the stream is that the views or the videos that mention Gomez and Thor are the ones that do very well in the comment section. So viewership, if you would like a bonus picture of the Doctor's cats to appear right now, post in the comments. If there are three or more comments, maybe you get a cat picture. Maybe you don't. Make that happen.
No, I don't understand how this cat picture is going to appear retrospectively.
I was going to say,
That's
yeah,
gonna be
maybe in the
challenge.
last episode. Sure. I'll put one in next episode. Also, I'm running low on pictures of Gomez and Thor. I only have about 1,000 on my phone.
Yeah.
They're finite,
I think via the magic of editing, you can still make this happen, Doctor.
To the comments of a video that will have already aired.
Compared to the mastery of YouTube and the associated technology that you possess.
Like, I'm aware that you
time
find
travel.
most technology to be some
time
kind
travel.
of baffling witchcraft. But
Oh,
this is-
definitely. I mean, I want to burn most of the technology that I find out of fear, but nevertheless, if you can master the tech setup we currently have,
oh,
surely
that puts
time
you
travel is-
squarely into second there, boy.
I know.
Oh, what did he just do?
He
there?
bought
Oh.
99 stocks in that district.
I mean, I'll take the 400, but I'm still upset.
Again, we still have to keep edging him out.
Yeah.
This is the
especially
thing,
now that,
yeah, because your
I
power
staved-
play was unfortunately wholesale reversed.
That's fine. It staved him off for a couple turns, but
did.
again,
A turn, I think, but yes.
well, regardless, he
Yeah.
will win this game if we don't box him out. Sorry, boy.
wait.
I'm going to power.
I mean, I've been saying that since the start, but I'm also sitting here on only 4.2 grand, so...
If it makes you feel any better, I've just graduated. I've just gone up a level, and I've not made any money whatsoever.
Yeah,
How about you
invested
shut
on-
the fuck
no.
up?
It went into
Thanks,
stocks, so
Yoshi.
it's fine. I know, just helping out the other guy. No.
I've given up on winning at this point. I'm just maintaining
Oh,
my
shut
pride
up.
of my.
I think he is. I think he's still going to win. Now that he's got that
Yeah,
monopoly back.
and phrases like that just mean he's being a wanker about it.
Oh, no, I don't
yes,
wanna go that way.
a sweet 61 quid for
No,
the
no, no,
doctor,
I
did
don't-
you say?
I don't want to stop there. I want to go the other way. Can I go the other way?
Yeah, I think
You
so.
might, yeah.
No, I can't. I can't. Seemingly.
No, you can, yeah. Oh, no, you
can't.
can't. No, you can't go
you
left
can't.
there.
Yeah.
As in right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Those
Worst things have
split
happened.
points, it's still baffling to me what directions you
I'm
can and can't
confused.
go
Yeah.
in those splits. And
It
no
seems to
part
be
of the
almost
shape,
random.
no part of the shape of the board seems to actually encode that
No,
decision.
yeah.
I can't figure it out at
No.
all.
I'm still convinced again. A little bit
Oh,
of meta
really? Oh
commentary
no,
that,
that's nice. Proper shop here.
Proper
It's
shop.
still not too bad though.
I mean, yeah.
I put some
tidy,
cash into that.
yeah.
Anyway, I'm still firmly convinced the strategy of keeping a high amount of ready cash to stave off payments and to invest where you want to when you can is a good strategy.
But you can
very-
invest with, you don't need ready cash to invest. You can invest as much as you can, and then you can pay it off with stocks or shop sales or whatever.
Very possibly. If viewership tells what you think. Many of you seem much wise. Again, the sainted Amelia is much wiser than we are at this game. Tell
God,
us, is
she
it
must
better to-
fucking hate us.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry for all the shout outs, Amelia, but never anyone. Amelia and her her coven of high Fortune Street saints and high Fortune Street gurus. Tell us in the comments section: is it better to have stocks or cash, and why? Crucially, tell us why.
I'm gonna read a comment out at this point because it made me laugh so much from Amelia after our first game. Well, during our first game for Amelia, but obviously after our first game for us because we don't do live.
No.
I think a fun thing that like we could possibly do would maybe be like a live stream, but like for a charity purpose. That'd be quite fun.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
a 12-hour live stream, or a 10-hour live stream, or a 24-hour live
Whoa.
stream. That could be.
Ah!
Oh, whoa! I'm not touching that. So, doctor,
Things have
attend.
happened.
I attend to that.
Okay, yeah, I'm back in now, and
Oh, this wasn't the comment I was intending to read, but for tip for future games from Lady Amelia, when selling out of a stock, if I am the only one in that district, I tend to keep 5 or 10 in order to keep getting the commission.
Which makes a lot of
Wise.
sense, and that's the commission again is something that I never really think
Yeah.
about.
yeah.
It adds up. It does add up.
I mean,
So this comment is literally crying laughing face, big grin face, big happy face, crying laughing face, still watching, smiley face, exclamation mark. And this is the episode that's from Amelia, and that was the episode that started with me screaming full volume, "Look at what you did, Amelia! Look at what you made me do!" So,
I really hope they're watching this one.
yeah. Thank you for your support, Amelia. You have
yeah.
been a wise
loyal-
guide through these dark times.
Honorary gentleman.
Absolutely.